A hate group dressed in all black and some waving Nazi flags gathering on an overpass in the Cincinnati area. They were confronted by residents of a historically black community. Here's ABC's Perry Russell.
Tonight, the clash above a highway near Cincinnati, Ohio. Neighbors confronting neo-Nazis dressed in black, waving swastika flags on an overpass north of the city.
In this neighborhood, we do stand for something. This here turf is golden soil, and it won't be tarnished with things like that.
At least one neo-Nazi seen holding a long gun. Police shutting down the overpass, trying to keep everyone apart. The neo-Nazis taking off in a U-Haul. One person seen running down the road, throwing something against the side of the truck. A swastika flag ripped away and set on fire.
Need you, Lord, now to come in the midst of.
A minister from a nearby Baptist church holding a prayer service, calming tensions.
People are afraid, they're scared, they're angry.
These neo-Nazis were wearing similar clothes and face coverings to the neo-Nazis who marched through downtown Columbus, Ohio in November. Black community leaders later making the same march as a counter-protest. Tonight, the mayor of Cincinnati says messages of hate have no place in the region, writing, "This is not what we stand for, and it will never be what we stand for." And there was concern on the ground that police were letting this protest happen. Police say while the protest was offensive, it was.
Hey, yo, it's your boy, Mr. 1751. I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in, man. You know, coming to Politics with your boy. Anyway, today we're gonna be reporting on, man, on this situation that happened in a small community in Cincinnati, Ohio. Now, it's 2025, you know. This should be the least of our worries, man. You have a U-Haul full of modern day KKK members. You know, I don't know if these are inherited KKK members, you know, whether they got these ideas from their family, from their fathers and their forefathers. I'm not sure how these people came about, you know, where they got the momentum, the idea and the momentum to think that black people in 2025 is going to put up with that bullshit. Because that's just what it is, man. A bunch of ignorant and lowlifes that they can't get it right, man. You know, they can't get. I mean, this is the best thing they felt. You know, that this is the best thing that they could come up with to do with their time. This says a lot. This speaks volumes, man. You know, as you can see, this U-Haul truck full of KKK, modern day KKK members, you know, took it upon themselves to drive to a historic black community in Cincinnati, Ohio. But what they did not know is that the residents in that community was armed to a T and ready to go. You know, I'm talking about families. I'm talking about husband and wife, son and daughter. The whole community, man, was ready to rock and roll, man. And it was a beautiful sight, you know. Now, these modern day KKK members, they pulled up on a bridge and they hung a sign over the freeway. You know, so that every car riding on the freeway can see them up there waving their swastikas. You know, and they took it upon themselves to march down through this historical black neighborhood to, I'm guessing, to instill fear in the, you know, in the members of the community. But they was met with a surprise, man. It didn't take long either. Now they marched down, chanting all type of racial slurs, just disrespectful rhetoric, you know. And they approached this one man, store owner, sitting in his vehicle with his window cracked. Now this older guy had a pistol in his lap. You know, the average older guy, man, he's probably gonna have a pistol, especially when you living in a certain area. You know, the guy was sitting there minding his business, and these members, they surrounded his vehicle and called him all type of niggers and, you know, just all type of racial slurs and just using disrespectful language, man, while having their face covered and holding assault rifles. But this guy didn't. This guy was not unfair, man. They was instilling no fear into this man. You know. Now I don't know whether this man sent a text to somebody else in the community and let them know to get the community members together now. I'm surrounded by KKK members. I'm sitting up the street in the parking lot. You know, that might be what happened. Maybe that's maybe that was the cue. Maybe that was the answer for how this community pulled up so fast, so quickly. You know, it could have either been, you know, the guy sent the text and everybody realized that it was urgent. Such and such is sitting up the street surrounded by KKK. Get the guns, let's get up there ASAP. Or somebody happened to see these guys. They wasn't quiet. They were making a lot of noise and disturbance, man. Somebody else could have saw them and just alerted the rest of the community, man. But when the community arrived up there, man, when they marched up there, boy, that shit was crazy. They came like true Black Panthers. Black Panther style, you know what I'm saying? They came up there suited and booted, man. And when these KKK members seen these community members, these cowards tucked their motherfucking tail and they hauled ass back to that U-Haul, man. They hauled ass right back up on that freeway, on that overpass, to that U-Haul. And I'm not sure who called the police, but the police arrived on the scene. And as usual, the police did nothing. They did nothing, man. You know, and they wonder why Black people always say, you know, we can't stand the police, man. They're not for us. You know, they don't protect and serve us, man. They only police us. You know. Now the police, they arrived on the scene as the KKK members was facing off with the community members. You know, and the police pulled up and they came in between these people and they kind of broke it up, you know. They kind of broke it up and ordered these KKK members to get back in their U-Haul and get out of here. You know. Now, that didn't sit well with me, man. It didn't sit well with me at all, man, because had this been the other way around, people would have been going to jail. People probably would have been getting beat with batons. People would have been on the ground in handcuffs, you know, guns drawing, just all that, man. But none of this happened, man, in this incident, you know. The only thing they did was make these guys get back in the. I mean, they didn't even get as much as a name, address. They didn't even ask these guys for ID. Go figure. They let these guys get in their truck and pull off, man. You know, they let them get in their U-Haul and pull off. I mean, not a citation or nothing.
When the BLM protests, guess what? When they were saying kill officers, kill pigs, guess what I did? I sat there and protected their rights of free speech. I have to do the same for them.
This is why Black people always say, man, that justice is not equal, man. This is a two-tier justice system. The police they don't protect us, man, like they should, man. They only police us. You know. Now this community is left in outrage, man, because they don't know what's next. They don't know whether these people are going to come back deeper. You know, they just don't know, man. And that's worrisome. You know, not knowing, You know, when you sleep, you're not knowing if these people going to attack your house while you're sleeping. You got your kids and your old folks in the community. You know, you just don't know, man. And the fact that the police didn't even get as much as an ID, a name or a phone number or anything, an address or nothing. They don't know where these people come from or nothing, man. They just let them get in and, you know, get in and pull off, man, and get out of there. You know, left the community in outrage, man, and rightfully so, man. They have every right to feel that way. You know, they have every right to be upset with the police, man. You know, because that was very callous, man, and it was just very unexpected. You expect the police to pull up and actually do something, do their job, not try to sweet talk you, not try to sweet talk you and let you know that everything is fine. We're going to get these guys out of here. No, we don't want y'all to get them out of here. We want you to lock their asses up. You know, they come down disturbing our communities, holding assault rifles and chanting racial slurs. Now, a news report several days after this incident, the police, I believe it was either the police commissioner or the police chief, they gave a conference, you know, short conference, where they said the reason that they didn't arrest these guys is because although they were you know, hurling racial slurs, it is very inappropriate, but it's not illegal. They said it was very inappropriate, but it is not illegal for these people to come down to someone's neighborhood, someone's community, and cause disturbance, holding long guns with masks on their face. It's not illegal. Since when has it not been illegal to go into somebody's community with a mask on, holding a AR-style rifle and chanting racial slurs, trying to instill fear into a whole community? When has that been legal? If that's legal here in America, then we really have a problem, man. We have a serious problem. You know, it's just sickening, man, that in 2025, man, we still have to be wary. You know, we still have to, you know, witness shit like this, man. I mean, this just feels cringy, man. Like, you know, we're not too far away from a race war, man, because these people, that was just one group. These groups are all over the place, man. They're all over the place. And they're uniting, man, in the background. They're uniting somewhere in the dark. And someday they're going to strike, man, and it's going to warrant a very tragic response. And a lot of Black Americans, we're just waiting, man. We're just waiting, man. You know, everybody's loading up and you know, just loading up and just waiting for that day, man. We're not provoking anything, man. You know, but we do understand that these people, their purpose is to come down in our communities and provoke us to react. They're trying to provoke us to do something stupid, you know, to where they could turn it on us and say that, see, we are, you know, the aggressors. You understand? So, Black folks, do not be fooled by this, man. Don't be fooled by this just low life behavior, man, because it's a counter attack. This is what they're trying to provoke. And if you fall for this, man, they will somehow try to spin this and try to bring a race war about, you know. And nothing good is to come out of that. But a lot of bloodshed, man. Is, you know, this is just a bloodbath waiting to happen. You know, and this is just, it's just so sad that this is still happening in 2025, man, after all we've been through, you know, throughout history. You know, anyway, man, y'all stay safe out there, man. You know, stay close to your loved ones. You know, take care of yourself and look forth, man. Look forth to investing in a firearm, man, for your safety. You know, if you're a person who have a prior criminal history, man, and it's not a violent, you know, violent crime. You wasn't convicted of a violent crime. You may have a chance to still get an expungement and going ahead and get you some protection so that you can protect your family, man, and protect yourself from people like this, you know, because they're out here, man, and they have an agenda, and they will stop at nothing, man, until they get what they want, you know. So anyway, man, until next time, it's your boy, Mr. 1751, bringing you another 1751 reaction. And until next video, y'all stay up. Hey, if you enjoy watching videos like these, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Help your boy get into the algorithm so that I can continue to bring you more videos just like the one you just watched. Anyway, until next time, y'all stay up.
These aren't police officers or soldiers.
They're business owners, their fathers, their sons, daughters.
These are civilians, members of the Lincoln Heights Safety and Watch Program.
It's a duty. Okay, let's go.
The duty, protecting their neighborhood, the majority black village of Lincoln Heights, Ohio.
Ain't nobody scared of you.
After neo-Nazis held a rally here last month, carrying rifles, waving swastikas, and hurling racial slurs, just moments before children were let out of school. At the time, law enforcement officials said the neo-Nazis did not break any laws, but an investigation by county prosecutors is ongoing.